What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is March 12th of 2024. I'm here at a tiny little stream, as you can see, here in Chester County, Pennsylvania. And today I decided to switch things up a little bit from the past couple trout fishing videos I've been doing. Today we are going to try and do a little bit of micro fishing. So I just spent the last 15 minutes or so rigging up my micro rod here. It's about 3 feet long. There's no reel or anything like that. It's just a little small little handle. I got this last year for like 20 bucks, and I was going to try it out because it's a little bit easier to handle than walking around with a 6-foot ugly stick all the time, especially when some of these streams can get pretty tight with the cover and all that. This would be much easier to dodge in and out of trees and shrubs. So we're gonna be trying to find some micro species here today to catch my first ones of the year. I have another trip planned for Thursday that's gonna be like a nocturnal outing, but our first step is gonna be finding some bait. I have another spot that I might hit later, but I never fished there before, so I don't know what to expect. But this stream I fished before, so we're gonna figure out if we can get anything out of here first. All right guys, I made it to my next spot here, and I think I already spotted one of my target species. Just a matter of getting down there without spooking it and trying to catch it. So let's give it a whirl. All right guys, the target is still in sight. See if I can get him to take this bait. I think we need to change baits, something a little bit more juicy. All right guys, we got a little sliver of worm on our Tanaga hook there. Let's see if this grabs his attention. All right, we got him. We got him, guys. Our first local sculpin, and it's a beauty. I'm not sure what species this is. It makes most sense for it to be a slimy sculpin, but that is what we were after down there. All right, let's take some shots of this guy and let's let him go. All right, guys, last look at our little sculpin here. We're just gonna send him back in the water where he came from. And he is off to swim another day. Alright, that was pretty cool. Let's see if we can get another one. Alright guys, I spotted another sculpin here. We're going to see if we can get him to bite. There's a lot of daces around him, so it might be a little bit more trickier. This one's a little bit nicer size, so I think he's got it. Yep. There we go, another sculpin. This one has the copper spots on it. Pretty guy. Let's get him over to safety real quick, and then we'll take a shot of him. Trying to see if I can see any others going over here. Give him a quick drink of water. Walking back over the bank. Sinking in the mud. Alright, there he is. A little bit of a darker guy. Oh. Got him right on the side of the mouth there. These should all be slimy sculpin, but sometimes they can be a little weird. See, this one has a real dark underbelly. Not typically too common. He's starting to lighten up a bit now he's in my hand. This one has a little bit of orange on the dorsal fin there. That's interesting. You can see that a little bit. Let's try and get him back in our range here. Let's walk him back over here before we release him. Yeah. Alright, sculpin number 2 going back in the water. Thankfully we were able to get him before the daces got to the bait. Let's see if we can find a third one. Pretty interesting how this creek is the only stream in the area I found sculpins at. I found another sculpin hiding under a rock here, and I just got him to bite and flipped him out of the water. Now he's spooked, but I'm going to try and get him to bite again. Oh, there's another sculpin looking at it. Got him. There we go. Another sculpin right there. Pretty little guy. Go ahead and take some shots of him. Alright, I don't know if I was recording or not, but I got another sculpin here. Bit the worm. I think this guy actually took a worm, so gonna have to rebait, but gulped the Tanago pretty good. Alright, there we go. Sculpin is released. Now he's gonna go back in the water. Flip yourself out of there. There you go. Now you're good. Let's intentionally try and catch one of these dace and see if they're actually what we think they are. There's one. Yep. That is a healthy eastern black-nosed dace right there. Thankfully my piece of worm is staying on a hook for now at least. Let's see if there's any water that would hold more sculpins down here. They don't mind current. They got those big pelvic fins to hold them down a little bit. But it's hard to see sculpins when you got fast moving water like this. And sight fishing is definitely a big part of the game here. Look at that eastern black nose. That is a healthy one there. He is plump. Got this deep hole right here. Haven't seen any sculpins right here, but doesn't mean they're not in here. This eastern black nose took my bait. Oh, there's one. It's tucked back in those branches, of course. And I need a new bait. Alright, well, time to bait up, I guess. I think there's one right at the base of my feet there too, so we might try and get that one first. If he doesn't hide from us, which it looks like he might. Still got eye on him. Let's rig this up and then we're going to drop it right on his head pretty much. If he's hungry, he'll should bite it almost right away. There we go, he's out from his rock now. Bait is going down. Oh. He's looking at it, he's got it in his mouth. Oh, he popped off. I lost him. I don't know where he's at. Oh, there you are. No, not you. Oh, the dace are looking at it. It's not good. The sculpin just striked at it though. Come on, it's right in your face. Yep, eat it, eat it, eat it. There we go, got him. Another sculpin on the board. That one's got beautiful copper spots. Alright, got pictures of Mr. Sculpin here. See those pretty copper spots lining his body? It's pretty nice. Hopefully it'll give me my worm back. He's got it right in his jaw there. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and gently release him back into the water. And he's good to go. Guys, Sculpin spotted. We're going to go ahead and drop the bait down ever so slightly. This one's nicer size than the last one. It's not eating the bait. Oh, now I got it. Look at that one. That's a nicer size one there. This one's got a little blue hue to it, kinda. Pretty guy. Alright, not sure if I was recording there, but we got a little bit of a bigger Sculpin here. This one has a little bit of a blue hue to it. On the lips there, I'm going to try and get him to flip over so I can photograph his belly. Part of the important part of identification for Sculpins is getting detailed photographs of the chin area, chin pigmentation, and the overall color of the chin. Helps to pinpoint species. Range also obviously a big factor. There's few Sculpin observations in the surrounding area, which is why I find it important to get detailed photographs and records of species that don't show up too commonly. But this stream seems to be crawling with these little Sculpins here. We're just gonna let him go. Alright guys, we made it to my exit point. I was able to grab one more Sculpin before we headed out. This one has some nice colors on it too, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and take a shot and let him go. This guy's got a real dark dorsal fin, so that'll come out real nice in the pictures hopefully. If you look at this one's underbelly, the chin there is borderline black, so that's real interesting color I haven't seen on one of these before. Looks like he's got a little food in his mouth still, other than the worm. There we go. So there's our last Sculpin of the day. Pretty little guy. We're gonna go ahead and let him go, and then I'm gonna show you guys some of the gear I've been using before I end today's video. Alright, so that Sculpin is good to go. Alright, I finally got it untangled here. But this is the rod I've been using. It's Daiwa. But you can find different options online for about 15-20 bucks. It's basically just half of a fishing pole. Like, there's no reel on here, so this is just ultralight, like extreme ultralight, like literally just 3 feet. And then there's a little like string at the end. This all like collapses together, so the string, you pull it out and like it unveils the whole rod here. Extremely light tip on that rod, if you even want to call it a rod. It's more just like a skinny stick, which is basically pretty much all you would need for micro fishing. You're not like casting or anything. So if you just want to use half of the rod that you have, just like take the top half off. You don't need something like this. I just decided to order something like this because I do it so much, and none of the rods I have are really trashy enough that I want to sacrifice the top of them for microfishing. And then I tied that little end string to a little barrel swivel here, and then I tied a little length of 4-pound monofilament line to another barrel swivel, so that way I can make it long enough that I can put my Tanago on there and not have to get super low to the water when I'm fishing. I think I'm just going to like tape the split shot to the rod or something, that way it all stays together. But yeah, that's what I've been using there. We got the little Tanago hook on the rod there, and I'll show you what a pack of Tanago hooks looks like. You can get these online for pretty cheap. There's a couple different places that sell them now, but that is what we're using right there. Cottus Tanago hook. Can't read what the Japanese says, but yeah, excellent for microfishing. I've tried a couple different microfishing hooks, and the standard Tanago hooks are by far my favorite. For a little bit larger species, you can use like fly fishing hooks as well, and that'll do the trick. But for small stuff, tiny stuff, I like the Tanago hooks. So yeah, that's what we used today to catch these fish. We explored a new creek close to home that has a fish species that I haven't caught close to home before. Every time I've caught sculpin before today, it's always been like an hour-and-a-half drive to the spot I fished, or more than that. So thankfully I was able to find some sculpins close to home. I already have all the sculpin species that are local on my species list, so we're gonna have to travel a good ways to find new sculpin species. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and exploring a new creek, change of pace from the delayed harvest trout fishing we've been doing. If you enjoyed the video, be sure, or feel free I should say, to leave a like and subscribe. You don't have to, but if you enjoyed the content, subscription to my channel would be appreciated. Alright, so I think that is going to do it. I'm going to see you guys on my next outing on Thursday, and we'll see how we do there. That's going to be a nocturnal session, so it's going to be a little bit harder to see. So I'm going to have my headlamp with me, and we're going to hopefully be able to track down some new species doing that. Alrighty, I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.